Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of We Go Deep with Kat and Sarah. And this happens to be the final episode of We Go Deep with Kat and Sarah. And so I'm here with Kat, and we were talking about you had three questions that you thought would be fun if we both answered.
Yeah, I've already have new questions. Those already don't look as fresh. And like pretty much every episode, we kind of just roll with whatever arises.
Yeah,
Because when you went to go get a glass of water, all of a sudden I thought,
everything
okay,
changed.
yeah, and things changed. But the original three questions I think were what did we enjoy about it the most? Why are we stopping? Because I people want to know, and what's next for us. But I just felt like I don't know. I got little. You walked away from the camera, and I was like, oh, my my Dr. Sarah Joy. We were doing a weekly gig for a while, and I think it's just cool to little reminisce a little bit, like why we started it. Yes, we felt that these conversations would be helpful to people that listened, but we also just wanted to connect. We
Yeah,
wanted to connect and explore, and we did. And I also have found that there's a few key episodes that I send people to listen to that answer questions that people have. So it was a journey for me in deepening my friendship with you and getting to know you and having new and fresh insights just by being in a conversation with someone, another coach. Um, that makes a difference. So this, it's been wonderful. And I don't feel sad or melancholy at all about this coming to an end. As we say, I think we emailed each other and said, like, never know, but this is probably the end. Um, because at the same time, it just both of us, you sent the first email, and I was kind of like, yeah, absolutely, it's time for this to end and something fresh and new to emerge. Um, what I enjoyed most about it was spending time with you, really. And the exploration, though, probably equal. And then why are we stopping? I knew, you knew, and there's something I wanted space for something else. So my individual podcast is going to be, launched pretty soon. And then I have a coaching membership, and I'm really putting a lot of attention into that. It's called the Explorers Club. And so when we wrap up today, I think we should talk a little bit more in detail. But that answers those questions. What did I enjoy? Why are we stopping? And what's next? So, same three for you. But guess what? If you don't like those questions, Sarah Joy, please feel free to make up your own question and answer that.
I'm laughing. You just answer them. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, when we started, it was quite some time ago, like 2 years, 1 year, year and a half. I actually
Well,
don't know, but
whenever
it was
we
more than a
finished,
year.
oh, it's we had finished our Super Coach Academy.
Mhm.
And I remember saying, like, wait a minute, of all my classmates, I want to stay in touch. I believe I think March is going to be 2 years. I think this
Mhm.
month, or maybe May, maybe May.
Yeah, that was a great run. Yeah, it was interesting because the idea, I don't remember who had the first idea. The idea arose and it looked to me like great for all sorts of reasons, but I just wanted to do it. And it was like, oh, then I'll get practice doing a podcast. I'll figure out how those work. I'll figure out and the exploration and spending time with you and it's wonderful. And yeah, we went. a lot of places that I wouldn't have necessarily expected, and looked at things and insights and uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad you brought up the piece about learning about podcasting because I remember the first one you said, okay, I'm hitting record. And then, we stopped the episode and then you said, oh, okay, I'm going to have my assistant. I don't know if I should say her name or not. Like, yeah, she'll upload it, on Spotify. And like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, seriously? Like, what we just did, you're going to make it public? And you said to me, like, well, that's what we're doing here. And I was like, but aren't we practicing? And then every episode has just been like, whatever comes up. And some of them I think are pretty good, you know, that just being in the moment and just being, if you just be present and you can just trust that, you know, something.
Yeah, I wanted to just do it because I didn't know how. And I thought, well, if I sit around trying to figure out how, I'll never do it. And I remember when I'd said to you, oh, yeah, we're going to put this up. I had no idea how. Like, I was very cavalierly, yes, we'll put it up on Spotify. I heard that that's a thing you can do. Obviously, it worked.
It worked.
Um,
Well, I want to thank you and your assistant that we can mention by name, Nancy,
yeah.
because you guys did all of that, all of that. So appreciate it. So I do not know as much about podcasting, the technical side of it, as you do. But if you figured it out, apparently that means I can figure it out
You
too.
can figure it out. Nancy knows. She's the expert now. Yeah, and then oh, what were those questions? Oh yeah, I felt like well, it felt like it was just time. Like, and I was wanting to create something new and have the space to listen to what that was.
Mm,
And I had realized that all my time was filled with something. And so kind of like I don't know if it's a parable or story, you see it a lot in different movies, with, there's one movie where the like kung fu training, and they talk about how your cup is too full. You have to empty your cup before it can fill up with something new and fresh. And yeah, my time, everything was very full. And I wanted to just go more inside and listen. And
yeah.
what is what I want to bring out that's new. Yeah, yeah. But it's you had talked about lately seeing, and I've been seeing a similar thing in the day, sort of what's arising in the moment, what now? What now? What new thing now? Or just what to do now, what to eat now, what to move through now. Yeah.
Well, when you were, I think it was before we hit record, you were
Mm.
talking about having 10 projects and, you know, which one would you have 45 minutes, like what to do. And now I'm at a different stage in my life and in my business, but I don't think that matters. It looks like it might. I am doing way, way less planning and projecting, like creating projects and stuff. I am doing a lot more, and you said it, is listening.
Mm.
It's just listening and just listening and waiting and listening and knowing if there's something to do or not and what it is and when. And it's, I mean, my life is way different now. I just do a lot more listening and a lot less planning. And I still have, I still have, a, like my life on the outside hasn't changed that much, I mean, I still have an acupuncture practice and I still have a coaching practice and Um, and I just don't, I don't plan.
Sorry, I was coughing. It was quiet for a minute. Yeah, I, it's interesting because I think I try to plan and then I get up in my head and then I come back down and then I do stuff. And the doing stuff is sort of what arises in the moment. And then I go along and I find myself, oh, you've got 10 things on the go, or I'm just picking that number. And, but it only looks like a problem when I think about that, like, because you're supposed to do things one at a time. And I don't know, that's something, might be just me, that, oh, that's what you're supposed to do. But if I don't think that way, then it's not true and everything just flows. And yeah, what am I moved to do in the moment? Things get done. Things get done. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what's, you know, speaking of planning and not planning, I do think, well, I know that you have a new website. I have a relatively new website, but yours is really, really new. And so we definitely want to make sure we let people know that we're still going to be up to some things. And then we each have a new podcast. Now, I didn't tell you. I mean, I have a name for mine, and have the cover art done, and I have the intro and the outro done. I just got to, and I have actually have a few episodes. I just have to like launch. I have to like put them out there. So I'm pretty close to having that too. But you are as well going to have an individual podcast
Yes.
and your website.
Um, yeah, it's sort of all part of the idea that we can live with a lot more aliveness in every moment than we generally do. And what does it mean to live alive? And like with a real felt sense of aliveness and vitality and energy and inspiration, being guided by your inspiration. And so my new website's called Live Your Alive Life, all one word, liveyouralivelife.com. And there's a blog there right now. Yes, I'm going to have a podcast. I think of it as the Live Alive podcast, but I don't know if it's gonna end up being that name or not. You're ahead of me. I don't yet have intros and outros. I have a list of topics. But yeah, it'll come. And if I talk about it, it'll come sooner because it will be top of mind for me. Um, the
Yeah.
website is there, and currently I keep thinking it needs to be more pink, more pink.
Huh.
I keep laughing because I keep saying to my husband, who is doing some of the templates for me, more pink. So it's a bit of a joke, but yes.
Oh, I thought you were serious that you really do want more pink.
Oh, I do, but I keep saying it. And so,
Ah, okay.
if I come to him and say, "Oh, we need something," I have to tell you about the website, something different. And he goes, "What, like more pink?" I'm like,
I get it.
"Yeah."
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love the name of your website. Mine of
What's
is
yours?
not too original. drkathleenperry.com. drkathleenperry.com, which was my domain name for years and years and years when I was mostly had a brick and mortar practice. But that is my coaching website.
Awesome.
Yeah. And my podcast is called Identity Matters
Mm,
with Kathleen Perry.
cool. Yeah, so tune in. Identity Matters with Kathleen Perry. And eventually the Live Alive podcast with Sarah Joy O'Neill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's just been a beautiful journey and just, you know, so much life that we lived in the past 2 years and how and the insights and the learning and the just sharing with you and just like the space of just our goal was a weekly rhythm, and we didn't do that perfectly at all, but just looking forward to um being with you. It was, and
Um,
and that's there, that's now kind of integrated, right? So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next for both of us. We'll have to figure out another way to touch
Connect.
base
Yeah.
occasionally.
Yeah, there's a lot of love, a lot of laughs, a lot of, yeah, insights, peace, a lot of, yeah, a lot of beautiful feelings.
Hmm.
Yeah. And there will be more to come. Different
Absolutely.
avenues and channels and adventures and yeah, cool. Anything else?
No, I know that, certainly our podcast isn't like ranked high and listened to by millions and millions of people, but knowing that one person was touched or changed or impacted by an episode is, and I know that, and you probably have
Yep.
heard that as well. So, um, and I guess podcasts don't like die and
They
and
live
like and
forever.
then like poof, like explode and disappear. So I mean, who knows? I don't think either one of us have any plans to like take down this podcast. So it'll be interesting to see. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't have plans to take it down. It will live on the
Yes.
internets forever.
No, I have
Inspiring
nothing else to
people.
say. Nothing else to say other than thank you, Sarah Joy, for just bringing all of you and being my friend. And just, I loved every minute of it, really.
You're
Really
welcome.
did.
And thank you. And thank you to all our listeners for listening.
Yes, of course. Yeah. However, the many
All the
millions.
millions.
Yes, all you millions.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.